it's me, Amy from Aspire with Amy, and I'm so excited because I finally got to see Tony Robbins. This is something that I've been wanting to do for years. I always said the next time, and of course COVID happened, but I was like, the next time he has an in-person event, I am going. And it happened to be UPW in Florida. I absolutely enjoyed myself. But I will say that one of the top things that I learned from this event was that you can always be in a beautiful state of mind, meaning that you have the power to control your emotions. One of the ways and techniques that he taught us was motion. So in the event that you're feeling down or whatnot, you can actually like shift your whole body so that way you can feel good about everything that's going on. And that means like jumping up and down. I mean, it looks crazy when you're in there because people are jumping up and down, they're screaming, they're smiling, but all of these actions actually help you to overcome any negative emotion that you're having so that you can always remember how to bring it back just like that. So that was the top thing that I learned from the Tony Robbins thing. The other thing that I learned is that I really don't like that many people. I realized that those kind of conferences are probably not for me going forward because number one, I want all the attention with that person so I can get that one-on-one, but there were so many people, and then we had to do like group activities. So that was the thing that really kind of turned me off, where like Tony would be talking and you'd be like into it, you'd be writing your notes and you'd be just like, yes, Tony, I'm giving me more. And then he'd be like, okay, now turn to your neighbor and talk about what you just wrote down. I'm like, I didn't want to do that. That's not who I am. That's not what I want. And that's the only part that was a little bit bothersome. But I will say that when I did turn around to my neighbor, that sometimes what they said was really helpful sometimes, and other times I just pretended that I had my headphones and I just wasn't about to do that. So that's me. But as far as everything else, I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend that if you are able to go to a Tony Robbins event in the future, definitely do so. I will also say that one of the things he mentioned was priming yourself, learning how to, again, condition your state, because at this event he has you walk on fire coals. Now, I didn't do that. I just have no interest in that. Not only that, the conferences are really long. So it starts at like 9 a.m. until like 1 a.m. So the conference started at 9, I got there at 9, I left at 5. Everybody else was still there until 1 a.m. That's when they actually walked across the fire. But of course, it's like, if you can walk across fire, what else can you not do, you know? And the only people who got burned is the people who obviously didn't prime their mind to kind of avoid that type of feeling in their feet. But it's just so amazing how powerful our minds can be and how we can really just be as progressive as possible. And I love Tony Robbins. He's been somebody that's inspired me for years. You can listen to one of his DVDs or his CDs or podcasts and you just instantly just have a better perspective of life. So that is my takeaways from the Tony Robbins conference. Go to it if you can. Always do VIP. That's another reason why I don't think I had probably as good of an experience as I wanted to, because number one, I didn't purchase my ticket on time, so I didn't get to stay at the hotel where everything was at. I had to stay like a block or two away, which is not terrible, but still. I also didn't have the VIP where I could be like right where Tony is. I could just have his sweat just dripping on me. So that's another thing in life. And always go VIP. If you have to save or sacrifice, always go VIP. You're just gonna have that much better of an experience. You're gonna get treated better. You're gonna get more takeaways, more gifts, goodies. Just always do VIP. Okay, if you saw my video movie review on the last holiday where she upgraded to first class, it's just a whole nother way of doing life. But anyways, that's my Tony Robbins takeaway. Thank you. My name is Amy Ledgister. Please follow, subscribe, share this video, because Tony Robbins, I think he is somebody that is a once in a lifetime for our generation, and he is getting on up there. So go see him while you can. All right. Guys, have a wonderful day.